Stress is an inevitable part of modern life, but its impact can vary greatly depending on what we eat. Food affects our mind and emotions. Therefore, an optimal dietary strategy is essential for stress management. What we eat goes beyond simply fueling the body. It has been studied for thousands of years as an element that deeply influences our mental and emotional states. Ancient wisdom categorized food according to its energy and impact. As the saying goes, food is the best medicine. Diet is the most fundamental basis of our health. But did you know that beyond physical health, food affects our mental and emotional states? This wisdom has actually been studied for thousands of years. Since ancient times, people noticed that depending on what they ate, the mind could become calm or anxious, and they even experienced emotional changes. Our ancestors explained this influence by dividing food into three major categories. First is Sattvic food, or pure food. These foods mainly consist of fresh fruits and vegetables. These pure foods bring stillness and tranquility to our minds. They help make the brain clear and sharp and foster a kind and gentle disposition. They can be described as foods that purify our spirit, just as clear water flows. Second is Rajasic food, or stimulating food. Stimulating foods include those containing animal-based ingredients and pungent spices. These foods arouse animalistic passions and lust within us, leaving the mind in a state of restlessness and dissatisfaction. It is also believed that they can lead to nervous exhaustion and emotional instability. While they provide passion and activity, in excess, they can cause anxiety and irritability. Third is tamasic food, or impure or dull food. This category includes animal-based foods such as meat, fish, eggs, and milk, as well as decayed, highly processed, or preserved foods. It is warned that these foods decrease our thinking ability, dull the senses, and not only cause chronic mental illness, but also accelerate aging and can be a cause of premature death. They are regarded as foods that have a heavy and negative impact on our body and mind. In this way, food affects our spirit and emotions in three ways. Some foods provide essential nutrients for life sustenance and mental health, but conversely, some foods deplete the nutrients accumulated in our bodies. In a sense, there are foods that fill our treasure chest and foods that steal the treasures away. Some foods produce little or no toxic byproducts in our bodies. However, foods that are not pure produce toxic byproducts during the metabolic process, and these toxins negatively affect the brain, causing mental and emotional problems. We must also pay attention to the energy or vibration of food. While there are foods filled with pure positive energy that makes the mind calm and still, there are also foods containing impure negative energy, such as fear and sadness. This is the influence of the food's vitality, or qi, on us, beyond mere calories. Shall we look at an example? Eating fresh grapes provides the blood with natural sugars and minerals that are immediately absorbed, greatly aiding mental activity. This is a good example of a pure food that produces almost no toxins and gives positive energy. But what if we eat refined white sugar, which has lost its nutrients during the refining process? It may seem to give a temporary energy boost, but it actually depletes vitamin B in the body. This vitamin B is crucial for nerve function, and its deficiency can cause nervousness and depression. Unfortunately, many people under stress tend to seek out and excessively consume unhealthy foods, such as ice cream, candy, soda, coffee, alcohol, and junk food. These foods may provide temporary comfort, but they ultimately make one more vulnerable to stress and disease, leading into a vicious cycle. Therefore, what we eat and how much of which nutrients we consume are very closely related to stress. In stressful situations, our body activates the sympathetic nervous system. This means that to respond properly to stress, the nervous system must be healthy. According to nutritionists, among many nutrients, vitamin B is emphasized as particularly important for a healthy nervous system. Therefore, if you follow a natural plant-based diet, such as fresh fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and sprouts, you can maintain a strong nervous system by consuming sufficient essential nutrients, including vitamin B, major minerals, and micronutrients. On the other hand, poor foods like junk food, refined sugar, processed foods, and alcohol deplete nutrients already stored in the body rather than providing them. Not only is body energy wasted in the process of metabolizing these foods, but several essential nutrients, including vitamin B, are actually consumed. The important point is that the body's energy and nutrients used in this way are the very nutrients and energy the body needs to cope with stress.